we're going to compare these questions, ask you a couple of questions, get some responses, compare them to the flash poll that we already did. So the first question was, I see people answering already. The first question is, what best describes your organization's current progress toward adopting IoT technology? So those are the 4 options. Either you've already done it, you're running analytics, you've adopted some IoT, still preparing the infrastructure, you haven't done it, you have plans to, and you haven't done it, and you have no plans. And so actually, we'll see what the responses are and how this compares to the flash poll that we already did. And so these responses are live. I'm going to give you 30 more seconds to answer, and then we'll move on. Okay, so it looks like the majority answer is have adopted some IoT solutions, but still preparing the infrastructure. And actually 11% has said, okay, we haven't adopted it. We have no plans to do it. We are from the Department of No. Okay, let's compare this. You ever met anybody from the Department of No? I met a lot of those people. So let's compare this to what we got in the flash poll. So watch this. This tells me that the last, 2 hours or so was worth it. So in the flash poll, this B answer only got 16%. And when you look at what we just did in the room, it was more like 60%. That means that now, watch this, that's called poison in the well. Since we just talked to you about this for 2 hours, now you're more apt to do it. All right, next question. Fill in the blank. I believe that IoT will A, B, C, or D. It's going to create new capabilities for my agency to accomplish the mission. It's going to enhance what we're already doing to accomplish the mission. It's going to make no difference, or it's going to complicate my life, and I definitely don't want to deal with it. And it's going to, expand my security vector and all of that. And I'm trying to reduce my attack surface, and you guys are trying to put sensors out there. So, all right. We'll just give you about a minute more here to answer that question. So it's good that most of these answers are A and B. Let's compare this to what happened before we got here. You see the difference there. We had some C's and D's. All right. Next question. When considering a new IoT solution for your organization, which of the following benefits would most drive your decision? Now, before I even read the question, somebody answered G. And, those are the people, right, that, we know what you did in college. All right, so now we gave you a bunch of options, but when considering a new IoT solution for your organization, what's really the driving factor? Better decision-making, freeing up humans from these mundane tasks like RPA, improving mobility, a better ROI, a greater citizen experience or citizen services, or asset tracking and visibility, and that seems to be a big one as well. So it looks like it's going to boil down to better decision-making and visibility of assets. All right, let's compare that next. Pretty interesting. So it doesn't seem like in the flash poll, asset tracking or asset visibility seemed to be something that people were tracking, okay? And then one more, we'll just do one more and then we'll wrap this up, because I'm sure people want to go downstairs and people want to use the bathroom too. All right, so would we be more effective at accomplishing our mission objectives if we had a greater ability to gather data? Do you strongly agree, somewhat agree, you're neutral, somewhat disagree, or strongly disagree? So could you accomplish your mission better if you had a greater ability to gather data? So you could have basically data-driven decisions, data-informed decisions. Most seem to strongly agree or somewhat agree. That's actually 96%. Okay, let's compare that. And look at strongly disagree there. So what this tells me, and I know I like to joke around and tongue-in-cheek, but what this actually says is that I told you, I started today by saying that the barriers to IoT or a lot of technologies is really education and exposure. And what we did today was try to give you a little bit of education and a little bit of exposure. And because of that, the answers have been different. So we're not done. We want to give you an opportunity to go downstairs. We have restrooms on the 8th floor right here and restrooms on the 3rd floor. Okay, we have restrooms in both places, but you can use the restroom here downstairs. We want you to go down to the 3rd floor. We want you to take a look at we have a bunch of demos set up for you with a lot of our partners and vendors. If you look in your program, all of the demos are already listed inside of your program. So please kind of take a look at your program as you go downstairs. Go down to the 3rd floor, spend some time talking to our partners, spend some time talking to our WWT team members, and then we want you to come back. Say, come back. Come back. Come on, you got to talk to me. Say, come back. Come back. Then we want you to come back up here at 5 o'clock, and we have some refreshments, and we have some food for you. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your attention.